for tire. See these very distinct red tops to them. If you can get past the spikes and the spines, they're good to keep hydrated. What you got inside is all of this nice fruit. And that's truly gorgeous. My fire going, I can skin this snake and get it cooked. Take the rattle off, give that as a present to my little boy. And then the meat of this, and just roast on a bit of this devil's walking stick. Good thing about this, because of all the spikes, it's gonna grip to it really nicely. And then the green wood won't burn. The snake will cook. That's supper. There's still light to collect some creosote bush for a mattress. They say that in survival terms, a good night's sleep is as good as a meal. Now I've got both. And this is good stuff to sleep on. Not only because the bugs hate it, keeps them away from me, but also it masks my smell, which is going to help me keep the mountain lions away from this cave. Ow. Why is it that everything around here is either spiky, sharp, or out to kill you? Okay. And people often say that snakes taste like chicken. But you know what? They just don't. It's more like flame-grilled, sinewy bone and skin. Fast little fella. But actually, if you just take the head off that, and then squeeze the guts out, that's going to be a good little munch on the way. Opportunities to find some seafood. There are loads of these limpets here. You see these guys? Little shells stuck to the rock. You can actually eat these raw. All you've got to do is knock them off. And what they do, they stick to the rock at low tide, and when the tide's in, they move around, they graze off all the algae. Limpets clamp down onto the rock using a muscular foot, which is the main edible part of this gastropod. And you're left with just that. And that's fine to eat raw. Tastes a bit like very salty, chewy rubber. When there's a promise of food. As they get hot, these should open up. As long as they open, they're good to eat. If they stay closed, it means they're dead, and you really just want to chuck those. But it's very nice to just warm my hands a bit again. When the cooked clam dies, its muscles relax and the shell opens up. These are pretty well done. Try and take the actual shell off. You're left with just that. Above all, it's warming. They're actually good, yeah? Not a huge meal, but... Oh, one trigger fish. Cool. Man, look at the teeth on that thing. They're almost human. But the reason they're so big and strong is this guy feeds off coral. Just uses those teeth to munch through it. And then this bit on the top, the trigger, if it's threatened, that will go up and acts as like a barb to stop any bigger fish trying to swallow it. But actually, if you haven't got a lot of drinking water, one of the best things you can eat from a fish is the eyeballs. Got masses of fluid in it. And there you go. See that? It looks pretty horrible, but really nutritious and lots of good fluids in it. They've got a queue on it, slides on one side, you mount to the other. Like a salty, chewy marble. Let's get him gutted.
I'm saving the meat for later. I'll need fire tonight, and this is going to be a substantial meal. We're just 500 miles north of the equator, where the sun rises and falls vertically. With the darkness comes rain. A roaring fire will keep me warm and allow me to cook my triggerfish. Fire, food and shelter are vital. But the survivor needs something else which drives them to make it out alive.
For me, I always kind of think of it as the 3 F's. Of family, of faith, and of good friends. And ultimately it's all about keeping your hope and your spirits high. And that's what does it for me. It's not the traditional dozen oysters, but it's better than nothing. Come on, let's get into the shore. There we go, sit open. And these are all the guts, the bit you don't want.
Packed with proteins and minerals, oysters are the perfect survival food. And there's an almost endless supply.
It'd be nicer sharing it with a love of your life and a glass of wine. But out here, it's as good as I'm gonna get. There's some booby eggs. See these, look? Little nest. See if these are fresh. Oh man, that one is not. Oh, that one's kind of all right.
It's full of protein, but tastes like a mix of salt and fish.